What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Game of the Show, where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And I was ready to go. Let's still do one more time. It's funny because I was actually ready for three people.
Three names.
Yeah. So when Josh, I was like, that's all three. And I was like, I'm Chris. I was like, fuck. He is. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Game of the Show, where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And that's all four of us. And yeah, quick reminder that we're in a new month, so games on PlayStation Plus are Bound and Worms Battlegrounds. Mm-hmm. Both offer free on PlayStation Plus. Make sure to play those. Come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. We'll be talking about our experiences with them. Let us know yours. And what is that? And game of the month is Titanfall 2. Yeah, last month's was Overwatch. We'll be talking about that on Tastecast this Friday. If you want to come back and talk about Overwatch with us, come back Friday. But yeah, with that, we have 4 bits of news. So let's get into it.
Runic Games, the creators of Torchlight, Torchlight 2, and Hob, are shutting down. Their parent company, Perfect World Games, decided to move their assets to their MMO base. So people are wondering if Torchlight 1, 2, and are still going to have their multiplayer features. And yes, Perfect World is going to take care of that for them. So they're not going anywhere at this point in time. So what do we think about Runic Games shutting down? And are we bummed?
Yeah, I'm bummed because Runic Games made Torchlight and Torchlight 2, which I think in the genre are legendary. I think they're great. They stand alone. I still go back and play them. On Twitter, when I read this originally, I was really bummed out. I sent Runic Games a tweet, saying like, hopefully you guys find jobs somewhere else. So this is really shitty, but it's also, it makes sense. I mean, they had the 2 games that were really good, and then they took a chance with Hob. I haven't played it yet. I don't even know if I should buy it now. I don't know who's getting that money or not. But I was curious about it. It's not really my forte. I would have preferred Torchlight 3, but good for them for trying to do something else. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just Perfect World, which probably a lot of you already know. They make Perfect World, the MMO. That's what the name comes from. Huge company known for their free-to-play MMOs. So it makes sense that, why have Runic Games under them if it's not pulling in, the same revenue that they're already making. So it sounds like business to me. It sounds like they still care about the fan base because they're keeping the servers up for multiplayer. But it just sucks. The biggest thing here is I'm upset that I don't get a Torchlight 3, and I'm upset that the super talented company, Runic Games, these guys are out of jobs now, so hopefully they find something else. I'm sure they will.
So with them taking over server-side stuff, obviously, for like Torchlight and Torchlight 2, hopefully they handle that well, and they, if they do get tired of running it, hopefully they just sell it off to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I would hate to see those games just disappear.
Or create like standalone servers so you can download.
Yeah, something like don't let them die. I mean, that's really kind of the only thing I have that I'm worried about there. I feel, for the Runic Games guys, but it is very much so, as you notice throughout the year, companies always shutting down. It's part of the business. So hopefully you guys get jobs. There's, every time a company shuts down, you go on Twitter, you see all these major companies saying, hey, contact us. So the talent is always needed.
I think Respawn said something about it. Said if
Respawn does every time someone shuts down.
Hey,
they're like, hey.
Dude, they're just trying to get the best of fucking everybody.
Why not?
Make the best game ever.
It seems like that's how the game industry works, though. Like, as soon as a company shuts down, they're like, let's see what the talent pool looks like and pull them in.
Well, and not even just that, though. There's definitely camaraderie in that whole area because you have all these different people who are all pursuing the exact same dream of making a game that people want to play and be successful. So when other people don't nail that, but they've made games that are reputable, of course other people are going to want to be there for them. And, that's a lot of talent that's just kind of out there in the open now. So it's like you're going to want to try and help those people out because they're doing what you're doing. It's like it just makes sense. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I know there's a lot of people who are really big fans of Torchlight and Torchlight 2. I've played Torchlight 2, but I only play it offline by myself. I've never really played it with anybody else online. I get it's like a Diablo-esque game, but there's personally I just like go on and just download a ton of like user-made mods and play on that. And you know, if someone else doesn't have those mods, they can't play with them anyways. So that's all I've ever done on that game. It's unfortunate that the company got shut down, but looking at it from like a business perspective, they made Torchlight 2 how long ago? And then there's a big gap in between. I didn't even know they were making another game. I thought that was it. They just did Torchlight and Torchlight 2, and they were just like on this big hiatus. I had no idea.
Yeah, Hub just came out pretty much.
Yeah, and we covered that in the early, like, first year of Taste of Loot Gaming.
See, just...
I think it was like that E3,
Yeah.
like a month after we started this channel.
God. Yeah, no, I had no idea. No idea. Just totally slipped my mind. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. As far as like Perfect World taking over the servers, I hope they do well. I have played a couple of their MMOs before. I don't remember too much about them. They're not really that impactful in my mind.
Except for there's one that you really like. What's the name of it?
Is it Forsaken World?
Yeah. Or at least you said you played it quite a bit.
Is that the one with it's like a like?
It's got vampires, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, that one was weird, but yeah,
Same
it was
guys.
fun.
And, you know, I don't necessarily think, unless they do change something up, I don't think they're going to really, like, you know, do anything different with the servers. I think it's just going to keep them going.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it is pretty basic. You sign in, and then you just play online. I'm pretty sure Torchlight has LAN anyway, so you can still play with people locally.
It's just a matter of keeping some servers online.
Yeah.
You know, and doing routine maintenance. So.
Yeah, I found I played Torchlight 2 more than Diablo 3 easily. I enjoyed Torchlight 2 more, and from 1 to 2, huge jump, and I could have only imagined 2 to 3. You know what they could have done with that. So it's a bummer. I feel for them, and I really hope that you know they have some good luck in their future. But other than that, yeah, it's a bummer we don't get a Torchlight 3 because.
Yeah, it is because like thinking about it now, like Diablo 3 is like the main game stay right now, but like their community is dropping really bad, like really really bad, and they could have made a Torchlight 3 and probably like netted in those players who are looking for that feel
It's like
again.
Torchlight has a pretty big following. People love it, but there's not a whole lot of games in the genre.
Yeah, well, and it's funny. The one thing Torchlight really brought that I love in that genre is the pet system. I really, really like that. I think the multiplayer in Torchlight is not as refined. It's fun still, but Diablo has that down to a science on how multiplayer works on that. But
What do you mean by multiplayer?
just even in the chaos, you still know what you're doing.
So you mean gameplay?
Yeah, in Diablo, in Torchlight, it just feels like chaos.
It does get very like
Yeah, I feel
Excellent.
I think they both feel like chaos for sure. But I get what you're saying. There becomes a point in Diablo where I'm not even really paying attention to what's happening on the screen because it's just a bunch of effects and I'm just hitting my macros and everything's just dying. So.
Goddamn Chevy throwing meteors all over the fucking place. Literally everywhere we go.
But yeah, no, it's a bummer. But as long as they keep the game going, because I like coming back to it every once in a while.
Yeah. No, I still play it. Cutting the short though, because we can talk about this all day. Sucks. Runic Games. Hopefully everybody that worked there find some stuff to do, and hopefully we see something awesome from you guys in the future. Segment news.
BlizzCon just happened, and with that, a bunch of announcements. We will be talking about a chunk of them on Friday, but one we did want to bring up that right now is that StarCraft II is going free to play. That is also a limited thing, so I'm going to go ahead and name what you're actually getting with that. You're getting the complete multiplayer package, including every co-op commander. The single player, though, you're only getting the first campaign. So if you want the second and third one, you still have to buy those games. But otherwise, for multiplayer's sake, it's a free game at this point. So what do we think about this?
I believe it said that if you have it already or something like that, though, you do get Heart of the Swarm. If you already own a copy of Wings of Liberty, Blizzard still has a free gift for you. Existing StarCraft II players will get the game's Heart of the Swarm expansion for free.
It says you get an exclusive ghost skin.
I don't know. That just says it right here.
Well, I don't know.
On GameSpot. Anyway, that might be a thing that GameSpot is either accurate about or lying about. But
or Blizzard's forums doesn't have on there. So.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. I say that a lot. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I mean, StarCraft II is a really good game. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that already. This is was cool news. I think, and we'll talk about it on Friday more. BlizzCon kind of nailed it this year. They did a lot of really cool shit. I don't even follow them that much, and this is just another thing that's got me excited. I never bought StarCraft II, and now I can try and play it more. I played it a little bit already, but like now I can play it some more, and if I like it, I can buy the expansions or whatever. I think it's awesome that people can play this online. It's a AAA made RTS. There's not a whole lot of RTSs out there, and Blizzard offering one of their high quality games for free is a win for everybody. So really exciting. I actually want to play this. So
yeah, I also really enjoyed it. I actually didn't like the original StarCraft at all.
Ooh, be careful.
Well,
someone might fucking firebomb us.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was a bad game. I just personally didn't enjoy it. After playing StarCraft II, though, I really like the way they handled the single player campaign aspect of it. It felt like a single player storyline, and every mission felt different, which is really kind of hard to do with an RTS.
Every map had a different event happening, different shit.
I mean, nothing but props. I loved my playthrough of it. I actually wanted to play the second and third parts of that, and I just never got around to doing it. So this we need to kind of dive back into, see if I still enjoy it, and if I do, like you said, buy the next couple expansions. So.
Yeah, now you have nothing to lose to play it. So
I have never played StarCraft II and StarCraft 1. I got Zerg rushed my first map. I rage quitted. I never fucking picked it back up. I'm actually not. I don't want to say capable because I am. Because I whooped Rob's ass in RTS one time.
Calling Rob out.
But I'm not very good at RTSs. My actions per minute is very subpar. And
you kind of stray away from strategy type games.
I do. I'm not a strategist.
You're a shotgun in people's mouths pulling the trigger kind of guy.
Yeah. In every game I ever play where I build armies, that's all I do. It's like, you can be peaceful. I'm like, fuck him. And I'll just build armies. And I'm like, here you go. I have a big stick and I'm swinging it around. That's kind of all I'm really good at. So...
it's true.
I use heavy machine guns in every game I play. Shotguns. I'm just
buff dudes with big hammers or axes.
Yeah, I mean that's all I do is I'm just
all kill, no strategy.
Yeah.
We need the strategy when the enemy's dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a good
defense.
I don't gotta defend yourself if they're all dead.
It's not that I give StarCraft and StarCraft II their due because they are very quality games. I'll never play it though. I enjoy like
it's
seeing,
free.
I know
it's free.
So is Perfect World. So is all sorts of other shit. I ain't playing that.
They killed Runic Games.
I know.
Take revenge by playing StarCraft II for free.
Yeah. Anyway, they're not really my cup of tea. So I won't be doing that. But I commend them for making it free to play because that's intense to make a very quality game that they've made just free to play. But yeah, and so good on them. But will I play it? Hell no.
There's a long sort of history of Josh's experience with strategy versus just killing things.
I don't mind the casual side of RTSs, but the competitive side, no. I can't memorize all those keys to make 87 units at the same time while making everything else go.
Right there with you. Yeah.
I'm not Diva. I can't do that.
Fuck, am I the only guy here that's like super excited for a Blizzard game being free? That's weird. I know you said you were. It's just weird. I'm typically the guy like, that's Blizzard.
Well, knowing my luck, I'm gonna get paired up with some South Korean, and he's
right.
He's not even gonna touch the keyboard. He's just gonna, and I'm just fucking dead.
One of my favorite YouTube channels is based off StarCraft. It's Carbot Animations. They do StarCraft, so it's a very cartoony version, and it's so popular that they have a licensed version mod for StarCraft now that puts his animations in place of all the characters. It's fucking adorable because like the little Zerglings are like little puppy dogs with like little wings. You'll have to see it.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
But I think this is a really good strategy for them because I know StarCraft is still really competitive, and I know they still have tournaments for it. So to get more player base, to get more people involved in tournaments, to get more people to donate money and watch tournaments, it's a pretty good idea to let out your game and the competitive aspect out there for free. You can still keep, like they're doing, the single player aspect. You get a taste of it, and then if you like it, you can buy more. It kind of makes me think of League of Legends, where they let the game's free, completely free at this point. You make microtransactions within League of Legends, but it really keeps the competitive scene going because there's always a fresh audience rotating into it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I didn't think about the aspect of like, there's already a lot of competitive stuff going on with StarCraft II and just getting more people to play it. I'm sure it's making other people money in ways too, and tournaments, shit like that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and sponsorships and shit like that.
Sponsorships to keep that community.
Colleges jump on this now. The esports thing is starting to become more of a college thing. They have college teams now for esports.
So you guys see that gif of that kid in Korea who fucking cried because he lost? It was sad.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we all agree it's cool though.
Yeah.
Josh isn't going to play it, but it's cool.
Fuck no.
Third bit news?
Third bit news is GameStop is starting a rental program called Power Pass. It's attached to your account. It is $60 for 6 months, and you buy it in 6-month blocks. And what it is you go in, you get a pre-owned game, any pre-owned game. You take it home, you bring it back, get another pre-owned game. Just like a long rental or a GameFly kind of thing. What do we think about them doing their own rental program? And how do you feel about it only being pre-owned games?
First off, I don't like GameStop, so I'm just going to put that out there. And then renting games or whatever, it's cool for people that want to rent games or whatever, but it seems like GameStop is in this place where they're trying to adapt to a digital era where people are not coming there anymore to buy their games. So they're trying to figure it out by making 50% of the store now for like figurines, amiibos, stuff like that. The other 50%, used games and some new games behind the counter. And some phones, yeah. I mean, they're all over the place. Now they're doing rental. So, is it cool? Sure, if there's a market for that, I'm sure they've looked into it. I'm sure there will be. And it's kind of cool if you already go to GameStop pretty often. You got an account, you're just ready to walk in, try a game, walk out. I mean, that's cool. But it just makes me wonder where GameStop's going as a business, that they're still trying to figure out something, because renting is not something that people are clamoring for. There's already access to that. So this is just another old market that they're tapping into again. Some GameStops are selling like retro games again, stuff like that. They already did that, and then they're doing it again because they're just trying to find a way to stay relevant. So, and they're not going to disappear overnight, but it just seems like another thing that GameStop is trying to figure themselves out with. So, I mean, it's cool for anybody who's interested in that. I mean, I won't be using it, so I don't like supporting them though.
Yeah, I won't be using it either. Though I do see what obviously what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get people in their stores and whatnot. I think, as we saw with Blockbuster already, this doesn't work. That market's dead, especially with things like PlayStation Now or Xbox Game Pass. There's no reason for this. Like, people can literally stream their games if they have the service. There might be some rural is that the word I wanted, areas where internet's not as good, and so this might work in those areas. But I think in more populated areas, I think people are going to try it, and I think it's going to just dwindle real fast.
I think people are definitely going to do it.
Yeah.
But the other thing I'm thinking about too is like, what happens if like a lot of like all the copies of a pre-owned game that just came out recently, or like in the last year or so, are all rented out, and somebody wants to buy that pre-owned copy? Like, how's that going to affect business for that?
Well, also, like, Redbox already does rentals as well, so.
And you can go there like anytime and
keep it as long as you want, pretty much.
It's cheap, yeah.
So
I think this is mostly for people who shop at GameStop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's gonna bring anyone new into the place.
Yeah, I think this is tricky, and I think if you walk into a GameStop, you can tell that they're unsure of what they're doing right now too. So
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be a dick, but
No,
like,
I mean,
there's no identity anymore.
I was kind of a dick, but like in a realistic sense, like it when I walk in, I'm like, what is this store trying to be now?
Yeah.
Even the people who work there are just like fucking people. Like, what do you need from us?
Yeah.
We'll do
Human
anything for
interaction.
$1. Josh, I'm curious about your opinion on this because I know you
I
do
shop
go
at
there.
GameStop with the best fucking gaming store ever made. Heavy sarcasm.
I didn't mean it that way. I'm just you have more experience.
Yeah, I buy mostly all my games from GameStop. I have fucking rewards points on rewards points, so I get discounts on all sorts of
and
shit.
that's why me and Seth go to Best Buy still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I get rewards on all sorts of shit. The game is there; it's always there when I need it. As for pre-owned games, I think it's dumb. Because if I really want to get into a rental program, let me rent a new fucking game. Because like
That doesn't make them new anymore though, and they can't sell it as new.
well, then that's too fucking bad. Because I'm not buying their old bullshit. Because I don't want to play. Because of how deep all of us are kind of in the gaming community.
Yeah. I'm playing like 8 games a
Any
week.
game that comes out that I'm like interested in, I'm not going to be like, I'll wait till that gets on Power Pass and then I'll fucking play it then.
Yeah.
No, I'm buying it right now. And so instead of spending that $60,
We're definitely not the demographic in that sense, yeah, because we're all really bad about buying the game like as soon as it comes out.
yeah.
So it's almost all.
Well, yeah.
well.
But I don't think. I mean, he should speak for himself, obviously. But like, I don't see Chris fucking walk into GameStop to fucking start renting some games.
Yeah, I have zero. The only reason I even go to look at the pre-owned games is for like co-op games for Caressa and I, and that's it.
Or some like old relic game that you want to fucking see if they have it and pick it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like, but other than that, I think this is gonna work for people like my dad. They're not deep in the fucking the community. They can just go in and try a game because they're not up to date with fucking anything. So they just go in and be like, "Holy shit, Mass Effect Andromeda came out," and then they can just pick that up and take it home.
Yeah.
Not
Not quite sure if they want to buy it, so they're just gonna play it.
yeah, and so I think it'll work for
GameStop.
I think it'll work for those people.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That makes sense.
So, but anybody who knows shit about games, who's deep into gaming, this is not for them.
Especially at $60. That's. I don't think people are renting constantly, and if they're gonna rent a game, like anyone I know that rents a game, which is rare now, they just do a red box thing real fast and try out a game for like a week or whatever. Then they might go buy it. But the investment of like dropping $60 for like the next 6 months and trying out, I mean, people are definitely gonna do it. I don't personally know a whole lot of people who are gonna be jumping on that.
You're sure not paying like Blockbuster late fees like right up front. Like, I mean, fucking think about it, because I mean, let's say if 100 people get this program, that's $6,000. Like,
Fuck, we're doing math.
so I mean, like, that's just a chunk of money for them. That's why they're doing it in 6-month blocks.
Yeah.
Because
They want the commitment.
Yeah,
They
because
want your
people
money.
might not be like my dad, who's like, I should take that back, and he just won't. And then, and then eventually like, oh shit, now I really have to, and I only got one game the whole time.
Now, what if you don't bring it back? They just take that $60 as like you bought that game.
Oh, I doubt they'd care at that point. No
Yeah.
use game costs $60.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they gave someone pennies for it, and then fucking they're gonna charge $40 for it, and now this is getting an extra 20 on top of
Wow.
that.
Yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't see any use for it. I'm not going to use it.
You know, use their bullshit.
Yeah.
Don't fucking offer me up that pre-played stuff.
You got an opinion over there, man?
At this point, I see GameStop as being that old, crotchety rich man who's trying to figure out what the new kids are into these days. And he just is always like behind. And he's like, hey, look, I'm into the skateboards too now. You should buy my skateboards.
We're
And-
selling roller skates, kids.
Luckily, the fucking
careful.
roller derby girl skates, too.
I got moon shoes. You want some moon shoes?
They're not Nickelodeon moon shoes.
That's the thing, though.
They're my
is,
moon shoes.
is they are currently trying to rebrand themselves, because for
are.
the longest time that whole Circle of Life thing came out.
Oh.
Everybody was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is wrong with you? And like So a lot of people didn't want to support them because of stuff like that,
Right.
and they realized, oh, this company's goddamn garbage.
Circle of Life.
Yeah,
The Circle of Life policy.
Yeah, where they were pushing pre-order games,
Pre-order
more than
games.
brand new games.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch of like employees who came out and said that they were being pushed to push that onto customers, stuff like that.
That's not surprising.
yeah, like bad customer service, just shit like that.
Yeah.
So like,
All they did is rename that. And
Yeah.
this topic is going way too long, but years ago, when GameStop even was the first company, they were pushing all that then too. So it's not that that's anything changed. They just gave it a name, and then it happened to, because it had a name, was easier to put on news
Right.
articles. So.
I feel like fucking in about like 5 years, when I'm going into the mall to go to AT&T to get some shit done on my account from my phone, and the place is just packed, they're gonna be like, just go down to GameStop. They'll take care of you. You're gonna walk in there. It's gonna be AT&T too.
I don't think there'll be a thing in 5 years.
I will say,
You think GameStop's gonna be gone in 5 years.
I was
That'd be fucking
when I
intense.
went in to get Call of Duty, the place was fucking packed. I was in line for 45 minutes.
For Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Well, fuck.
that was in the morning.
Call of Duty's keeping them alive.
Well, it wasn't just that. People were buying all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Every time I walk by, there's like 2 people in there.
It's also the holiday season.
Yeah,
That
so
makes sense.
that's a huge fucking thing. So.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be a thing for too much longer. Just the way that digital games are becoming the like standard source of how you get your games, and they'll be like one of those weird stores you go to get like old video game stuff. That's all it's going to turn into. Again, that's all it's going to be though, because there's going to be no need for the buying physical copies of games. Maybe controllers, peripherals here and there, but
That's kind of thing though, is that there's gonna be pushback to that. I hate fucking digital games.
Mm-hmm.
I will not buy them like digitally unless I have to. So I mean, I might be in the fucking minority.
I love
but
physical games.
I say you're dating yourself right now.
but
That's cool. I don't
No, I'm 50-50 on it. A game that I'm really excited about or have loyalty to, I want physical copies for. I don't typically hold myself to do it
Sure.
in certain ways, but like Gran Turismo came out, I knew I wasn't buying that digitally. I want that as a physical thing.
But business-wise, it's cheaper to make digital games and stop making physical copies.
Sure, but physical stuff's not going away anytime soon. Just because people like it. I mean,
Let's say there's always gonna
DVDs
be
and Blu-rays were
collectors.
supposed to go away a long time ago. They are not going anywhere still. Books aren't going anywhere. People were speculating those would go away. Fucking, you can still buy CDs. Vinyls came back because people want to be able to buy physical music. Games are not going away physically. It's just GameStop as a company is not as dominant as they were when it was, you had to go into brick and whatever the fuck
Brick and mortar.
Yeah, thank you. To get games. Like now you have other companies that do the same thing they do with different deals. And then you can buy the games. You don't even have to fucking go there to pick up a game to play. The next day you can just fucking download digitally and play it that night. So at 9 p.m.
I would say the majority
here.
prefers the convenience. The minority are collectors, and
Yeah.
I mean, most of us here are in that minority. I'm also half and half.
Yeah.
But-
I mean, I have like 500 games on Steam.
Yeah.
None of those are physical. So I mean,
Yep.
I don't collect shit. Let's get that one straight.
Maybe you do. You just don't realize.
I know
doesn't?
you were broad forming it, but yeah, I was like, I collect physical copies so I can give them back.
Yeah.
Just to make my next purchase.
he uses games as currency.
Yeah.
So, and
It's like Bitcoin.
that's
real.
something that confuses
That guy's
me.
hiding
I guess
gold in the wall.
especially with this rental program. Then is you're doing a more expensive version of it all the time with them.
He's
So,
done it since I've
so
been
you're against the rental program when you're already doing it pretty much every other week.
It's brand new games though. I don't give a fuck. It's
He already said in the beginning of this topic he likes those brand new games.
I will say that the logic is so flawed, it's ridiculous.
But it's his law.
I know. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's on his time. Like
Sure.
he owns that game until he's ready to get rid of it.
I just find no need to have it around anymore. I'll probably never play. It's just how I play fun games. Once I finish, I still haven't finished the third playthrough of Nier. Once I do, it's gone. Horizon Zero
I'm
Dawn.
keeping Nier.
When I play, after I play the Frozen Wilds, probably gonna be gone. It's just because
I think you said after you played it like you already did. I was like, how the fuck did you get that done?
you know,
I got
so
an early copy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I find no need for the clutter, and it's just gone.
Yeah.
I might as well make it help me in another way.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean that was a topic. That should have been the last one. Any last words on GameStop rentals, blah blah blah.
No.
Blockbuster.
Rest in peace. Last bit of news. Probably won't go as long as that one. Razer is making a phone. And it's going to be essentially dedicated to gaming. It will be called the Razer Phone, and that's the name.
Did we have one of those already?
We did.
There was
The flip
The
phone.
AT&T Razer.
This will be spelled properly, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're going to blow those young kids' minds. Like, flip phone, flat iPhone. Yeah, so it's going to be the first smartphone with 120 hertz refresh rate display, meaning it can effectively produce 120 frames per second. For reference, most phone screens are 60 hertz displays. So it's gonna have a good frame rate. It's got a bunch of specs. And then they've talked about they already have partnerships with a bunch of publishers: Square Enix, Tencent, Bandai Namco, and 10 games they said they're going to take advantage of with the phone are Arena of Valor, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, Gear Club, Lineage 2 Revolution, Old School RuneScape, that's 2 RuneScapes, Shadowgun Legends, Tekken Mobile, Titanfall Assault, World of Tanks Blitz. I can go through all the details of what this phone is going to have in it, but it's meant for gaming. What do we think about essentially a new person coming to the mobile game of phones, and Razer deciding that this is worth doing?
I don't think it'll do well here, but I think it'll be explosive in Japan, where that kind of thing is really big. Mobile gaming, huge in Japan. Here, not so much. We play like little rinky-dinky games here and there, but there's nothing that we play a lot of that requires a lot of like refresh rate and graphics demands and things like that. It's interesting to see a new company get in the phone business. I'm wondering who they're going to choose as their service provider, which could make a big deal about how well the phone works with mobile games.
I imagine it'll be all of them.
Yeah, that's what I assume too, but it's possible.
Well, it's possible,
Exclusive.
yeah.
That's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Also worth mentioning, it's going to be $700.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really see it. There's been so many companies that have tried to do gaming phones, and in my opinion, all phones that are modern are gaming phones. Mm-hmm. But to specify it specifically, redundant for gaming, I think it's like a fucking 40-60 chance. I think 6% chance of it failing because other people try this. I don't think there's really a clamoring for people to like want a slightly higher end gaming experience of games they're already going to play on their iPhone already. It's going to play those games, but there is a possibility of it taking off. That's why people keep attempting to do it, because a lot of people play video games and a lot of people have phones and they're already gaming anyway, so they're trying to find a niche there. I think the way that anybody could make that happen is because you already can get controllers for phones, blah blah blah. It's already there, it already exists. There's nothing new about this. But if they could somehow let you stream your PC games onto your phone in a way that plays well, I think that would push people a little more forward, because then you're getting actual gaming experience beyond what phones are already doing. Until they can get something close to modern games on phones, I don't think people are going to go crazy about it. I just can't. I don't think anyone's going to. I think diehard Razer fans and young kids who like the symbol, the green symbol, are going to be stoked about this, and awesome. But I'm going to guess right now, no one here is super excited for it.
No, I think I would even say that they themselves know it's a small demographic.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're counting on that.
Dipping the toes.
That they even get some of that small demographic. The phone's going to be marked up, because all phones are, because everyone's trying to make a profit. It's an Android device, so the most used operating system for mobile. What they're banking on is the refresh rate, which for gaming is going to be better. And
it'll look good.
Some of the games they mentioned, I could see that, especially like Lineage 2. They're bringing an old school MMO that was on PC to mobile. I actually want to kind of look into it myself.
It looks like those Sony phones.
The Xperias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
boxes.
But I think just putting a phone out there in general, Razer can afford to do it, and we'll see. I mean, if a bunch of other companies can keep their phones on the market, I mean, most people have a Samsung or an iPhone, right? But there's still people out there who buy HTC, Nokia, LG and stuff like that, and those phones and Sony, and they keep making phones, so obviously they're not going bankrupt doing it either.
That's what's ballsy about them jumping into this, though, because there's already two dominant companies.
They're the big ones,
and then there's a small contingent comparatively that are buying the LGs and things like that. Well, there's still going to be people buying those.
The people who geek out about Android, they usually go out and they buy the HTC because it doesn't have all the bloatware that Samsung's phones do and stuff. So.
But still, like, to try and get into a market that's already owned by two people, and then all these other guys kind of have a little bit of that market left, and they're going to try and squeeze in. I don't think it's going to work for them. But I want them to do it. And I want them to be successful because I'd like to see somebody do something different and new with phones. And that's why the reason I bought my Note 8 is because it does something slightly different than other phones. So if these guys can bring something new to the table, like, let's fucking get phones doing stuff that's exciting again. Because right now all phones, aside from the OS, pretty much do the same shit. So
yeah, I think phones are. You kind of said it. Phones, in my opinion, are way too similar right now to. You're right. You're trying to squeeze into this weird market where technically it's brand like loyalty because it's just everybody. I have an iPhone, Droid,
Samsung,
and Samsung. So I mean,
all fucking right down the middle,
we're right here.
Team Samsung.
Well,
like
he flip flops.
Yeah, I'm about to get another Samsung. But it's just It's a tough market. But I think if anybody's going to do it, it could legitimately be Razer because they come from a super gaming like background.
Oh, they know what they're doing for sure.
Yeah. So, and I think a lot of people that try to put out like gaming phones were companies that were just kind of like, oh, the gaming market's there. Let's try and snatch it up. It wasn't like,
I mean, Sony tried it with the Vita.
So. Yeah, it's like we make gaming shit for gaming shit, and by shit I mean people, and
you're all shit.
We make gaming shit for trash. We don't respect trash.
I would
we'll
say
take its money.
bye monetization, but that's already an issue right now. So.
And,
I didn't say shit. This is, I mean, you wanna sponsor us? It's my channel. I love Razer. You guys are great. Josh does not represent the channel.
I meant YouTube, but
that's his. Oh shit! Yeah. I don't like that word.
You can't use curse words.
You can't refer to people as shit, Josh.
I'm sorry. That's what
people.
But anyway, I'm not into this. I'm not even a fan of Razer. So this is definitely not even on my radar.
You have a bad taste in your mouth, though, because didn't you buy one and broke in like a day?
Yeah, literally.
I
bought
a keyboard?
a keyboard and it broke in a day. So I'm done with Razer. And I couldn't even fucking return it. And I tried to, like, contact them, and they're like, sorry, there's nothing we could do. I'm like, oh, thanks, buddy.
Sorry, trash. You bought trash. You should be used to that.
Yeah. What'd you think was going to happen? So like I said, I'm not in it. And I never will be in it. But I'm really glad that someone's trying to get that market again, and there's always room to try out a new product in the market. It's always good.
Here's my only problem that I have with a gaming phone, and it's not anything to do with the frame rate or how strong the CPU can be or whatever. All that, it's the battery life. I can't tell you how fast my phone dies just playing Pokemon Go. Like, just sucks the living life out of my phone. This battery has to be phenomenal to keep it lasting long enough.
4,000 mAh, which is actually big. It says it's one of the top end, like the highest battery capacity you can get on a smartphone. So they thought about it.
The only game that drains my phone batteries is Fate Grand Order. It just kills my fucking battery.
I believe my phone in my pocket right now is 3,500 mAh, and it fucking goes all day.
Yeah, so I say mine lasts pretty long.
It's got a good battery for sure.
Good. All right.
Valid concern.
Yeah.
Answered.
Do you want it?
No.
You're not.
Do you know how often I buy a new phone?
Not that long ago.
I went from a Sidekick to a Samsung Galaxy S6.
What do you have now?
8.
Dude, was the sidekick that fucking thing that you
This
spun it?
flip it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Made the transformer noise. When
Yeah, I had
opened it.
Sonic on that bitch.
That's pretty bad because I have had every generation iPhone, and then I stopped after 6. I was like, they're not changing enough anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like a Helio Ocean, and then I went to iPhone.
No, I just wait
3,
until they
4,
go on
5,
sale
6.
and like super sale.
And
I'm not paying.
even went
I'm not paying $700 for a
same
phone that I
gen.
can replace in a month.
Yeah. Spent a fucking pretty penny on my phone. I need it.
I literally spent a penny on this phone.
Well, shit.
Aren't we just the shopper?
It was pretty.
Aren't we just not the trash that buys trash?
I was
Frugal,
like-
bitch.
I was like, Chris is better with his money, is all.
Yeah, this table, I think you're probably the best with it.
Most frugal.
Yeah, any last words on Razer smartphones? Anything like that? Anything of the sort?
Good
Also,
luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, for sure. And also, let us know in the comments what you think about the GameStop thing. Are you going to be doing the rental thing? I meant to ask that because that's something that, like, I don't think we're really the right demographic for, as we kind of figured out. So, if there is a demographic for that, let us know and why. Really curious about that. And are you excited for a Razer phone? Are you going to buy one? Again, I don't think we're the right guys to be talking about the want for that because I don't think we want it. Trash don't buy trash, dog.
At least we honest.
But I think it's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr and Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. And check out the streams on the channel. If you missed them, they're uploaded. Check them out on Twitch, Tasty_Fruit. Check them out on Twitch, Tasty Loot Josh. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And till the next episode, which will be Friday, we'll be doing a whole BlizzCon blowout. Probably some Monster Hunters you guys can expect. Until then, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.
I'm the trash man.
Josh the trash man. He buys trash for trash. Buy trash.
It's an Always Sunny reference.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Tuesday cast.
Fucking no, I got so much editing to do.